Is that 8 key elements as you're going into deploying mobile technology. Be that you want to talk about accepting payments via phones to tablets or securely issuing payments via phone. What are the 8 key elements that you have to be observant of, regardless of who is the provider that you're going to be using for this? And again, that's where the value add of a company comes into play. So first, it has to be operating system neutral, folks. You know, your merchants are not married to a given operating system. If you create and put all your money into a particular application for Apple, and then the merchant decides to go to Android, you lost the merchant in that process. So make sure that whatever you're developing and deploying, you have it in BlackBerry if you're working outside the US, do not count them out. Actually, even Java and Brew, some of the more cost-effective programs that you want to deploy in less intelligent phones, Android, Apple, and Windows as well. Two, it has to be mode of entry neutral. So we all know that this thing works. We know that keying works. We talk about EMB outside of the United States as we work. EMB is the way it is except the US. When it comes to the US, we know we have this roadmap. So whatever mobility you're going to provide, make sure that you also accommodate the different modes of entry. NFC when it comes to contactless as well, and biometrics, you know, paying with your finger. And let me make sure that we know that we're talking about this finger. Make sure that you accommodate them all. QR tags. Again, the concept in here, who are you going to bet against that is not going to succeed? In my case, I will say assure that you accommodate them all. The other thing has to be transaction environment neutral. Your merchants are having mobility, however, they might be able to accept payments via the internet. They still have to accommodate their legacy terminals and even their accounting programs, everything integrated into a one solution. It has to be processor neutral. If you're going to provide solutions, you all know the processors here in the US. We're connected to all the major processors in the US. We continue to grow that list, Canada, internationally. So you do have to accommodate with different processors. It has to be robust enough to talk to all these processors in whatever connectivity type they want to talk to, digest the data in whatever protocol. We know the ISO 8583. However, some of them might want to work in a different data protocol. It has to accommodate the languages, the currencies, certainly full line item detail. We're talking about mobile cash register. Please come by our booth and see that product. But that's part of providing that full line item detail. Purchasing card, level 1, 2, and 3 as well. So make sure that your solution accommodate also the card issuing programs. If you have a merchant that wants to issue loyalty and gift and provide it in the phones instead of plastic, that you accommodate that. Finally, you can have the best applications in all operating system, the most robust gateway. If you don't have a way to deploy that successfully, you always have to think about deployment. Easy way to do that is you have a platform that allows you to create and activate the services that merchant wants to provide, ACH, gift, loyalty, credit, debit, what have you. Sends a text message with a license number. Once you go ahead and click on that, it's going to send you to the operating store. You prefer operating system store, app store, Android market, BlackBerry market, what have you, and then you go ahead and download the application and you're ready to go. And certainly it has to be secure. So when we talk about security, what we mean by that and what we do in our organization is that first, you're including that unique key per transaction in the hardware, so you're beginning right at the point of the hardware. Two, you go ahead and encrypt again the data on the application. It's an application that resides on the phone itself. It's not a web session that you're opening through the phone that we know is not as secure, not as stable, not as fast. That goes through whatever carrier, you know. Again, when you're dealing with BlackBerry, for example, they use the best, what have you. So you have to auto-configure to the carrier that customer preferred to use, accommodate the different transaction environments, goes into the gateway, the encryption takes place in there. After that, you go on a one-to-one to the processor of choice, within or without the United States. Finally, by doing that, you're providing that point-to-point or end-to-end encryption, however you prefer to call it, and have all the different management reports live. Not what happened after settlement, but what is happening as those transactions are taking place, and a platform that allows you to deactivate and reactivate those devices again. A mobile device is not a point of sale that you keep 5, 6 years. You might want to change that every 8 months, every year and a half. You need to be able to transfer those cash registers and devices, activating and deactivating accordingly. And finally, my name is Oscar Munoz, again of the company Charge Thank you so much.